Good evening. This is the Dolores County Broadcasting Network. And for you sports fans out there, this is the midweek update for my penance for the Jets losing to the Vikings. Yes, I am still doing the dishes. So, with that, the DCTV 4 TV news program for Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Camera people is Daniel Faulkner and Bobby Joe. Video engineer, sound engineer, and producer is Edward. Prompter is Myra. News anchors is Devin and Sativa. Meteorologist is Hannah. And this is the news director, the sad Dan. And now the news.
Welcome to the DC TV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I am Devin, and here is our first story from the Denver Press. CU Boulder monitoring Trump administration proposal to eliminate federal recognition of transgender people. University of Colorado officials are monitoring reports that Trump administration is considering a definition of gender that would essentially eliminate federal recognition of and civil rights protection for transgender people. The New York Times reported Sunday that the Trump administration is considered narrowly defining gender as a biological immutable condition determined by genitalia at birth, the most drastic move yet in a government-wide effort to roll back recognition and protections of transgender people under federal civil rights law based on a memo the newspaper obtained. The Department of Health and Human Services is looking to define sex under Title 9, the federal gender equality law that bans gender discriminations. The New York Times reported it, and the department is asking for the Department of Education, among others, to adopt its definition and regulation. CU officials said the university is committed to preventing discrimination, harassment, and sexual misconduct based on gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation, but they declined to comment on the proposed changes. We are aware that the media has reported on possible changes to Title IX rules, but we don't have anything to say until the U.S. Department of Education has officially published the new proposal rule. CU spokeswoman Deborah Mendez Wilson said in a written statement, "What we can say is that we, as a university, remain committed to preventing discrimination, harassment, and sexual misconduct based on gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation, or any other personal identifying factors such as race, color, national origin, pregnancy, sex, age, disability, creed, religion, veteran, military service status, political affiliation, or political philosophy. These protections and values have been codified in university policies." Now for a story in the Journal. A new mobile health center for Montezuma County. The Women, Infants, and Children program of Montezuma County Health Department has purchased a Ford Transit van to retrofitted into a mobile health services office. The goal is to reach those who are income eligible for WIC but lack transportation to the main office or don't realize they qualify for family health and nutrition benefits, said WIC educator Donna Pettingill during a recent stop in Macon. Studies show that more people qualify for free or low-cost health services in the county and state than are signing up, so additional outreach is needed. The van will be dispatched weekly to area, towns, and neighborhoods through the county. Our goal is to reach more families. WIC nurse Kendra Smith. When you see van, stop by. The van comfortable interior has a private atmosphere and design of health office. A short interview and a few keystrokes on the computer will determine whether a person qualifies. WIC is an educational and supplemental nutrition program for pregnant women, infants, and children 1 to 5 years old. The mobile health office also offers health screenings and blood iron checks, infant skills, and referrals, plus education information on cooking and shopping skills, diabetes, weight management, and smoking cessation. Bags of locally grown fresh produce are also distributed to new clients from the van, courtesy of the Montezuma Food Coalition. The new WIC van and fabrication was paid for with a $62,500 grant from Colorado Health Foundation, said WIC Director Delia Motte. It is the first mobile WIC clinic in the state. This area is a good fit for the first trial because there is not a lot of public transportation. The goal is to sign up 70 more people to the WIC program by the end of the year, she said. We want to reach all of Montezuma County. This story is from the internet. Here are wondrous tricks of some of the world's dumbest criminals. Number 1, when an attempted robbery at a Lowe's home improvement store went awry, Milton J. Hoggs fled across the street and jumped a fence right into a Cypress Cove news resort and spa, as the Orlando Sentinel pointed out, as one of the only folks wearing clothing. Hodges was easily spotted by police. Has this guy ever heard of the warning, look before you leap? Number 2, Christopher Wallace may share a name but not the notorious B.I.G., but with similarities end there. The 22-year-old was arrested in March while Snapchatting his whereabouts. He was currently hiding in a cupboard from police who were searching his home at the time. That was actually his second incrimination post to the platform. His first was kind of enough to inform police that he was at home in the first place. Wonder what grade he was in when he must have dropped out of school. Number 3, Mogan already made the poor decision of getting face and neck tattoos, which aren't the most helpful accessories for bank robbers, but he also posed for numerous photos with the loot from his alleged haul, along with his girlfriend Ashley Debo. Needless to say, they were arrested shortly after his pictures hit the web. What some people will do to get 15 minutes of fame on the web. Number 4, police in Anchorage, Alaska, spent at least some of August searching for a man in a fairly realistic bear costume who was caught harassing several actual bears in Chilcoot River. This is not the first time we encountered a man in a bear suit. Fish and Game spokeswoman Megan Peters told the Association Press, though the experience apparently did not help them make an arrest. We think this goes far beyond dumb into the lands of Death Wish. Now, for another story. The Mojave rattlesnake. Rattlesnakes are important members of the natural community. They will not attack, but if disturbed or cornered, they will defend themselves. Reasonable watchfulness should be sufficient to avoid snakebite. Give them distance and respect. There are nearly 50 species of rattlesnake with numerous subspecies. They are named for their rattle found at the tip of their tail that is used as a warning device when threatened. Of special importance in Arizona is the Mojave rattlesnake. Often misnamed Mojave green, they have the most potent venom and are the most deadly rattlesnakes in the United States of any rattlesnake in North America. Its venom is neurotoxic and attacks both the nervous system and neurotoxins and the bloodstream with hemotoxins. A bite of a snake causes rapid paralysis. This includes paralysis of the respiratory muscles and suffocation, primarily nocturnal and cerebellar during periods of excessive daytime heat, but also active during the daylight when the temperature is more moderate, not active during cooler periods in winter. They can be identified by their triangular-shaped head and diamond-shaped markings along their body, and of course rattles. They are brown in color in the lower elevations and darker to green in the higher regions near the mountains. The creosote bush found in the 2,000 to 4,000 foot elevation is primarily, but not the only habitat of the snake. They feed primarily on small rodents. It will not come looking for a trouble, nor will it run from it. Many people have died from being bitten by this snake. Fortunately, an antivenom has been developed to treat people who have been bitten by this snake. Do not play with these. Although this article says they are not green in colors, they sometimes have an olive green cast to their color. Now for dumb laws with sativa.
Dumb laws in Kansas. Rabbits may not be shot from motorboats. Pedestrians crossing the highway at night must wear tail lights. No one may catch fish with his bare hands. The state game rule prohibits the use of mules to hunt ducks. If two trains meet on the same track, neither shall proceed until the other has passed. In Derby, hitting a vending machine that stole your money is illegal. Persons may not screech their tires while driving. Riding an animal down any road is against the law. In Lawrence, all cars entering the city limits must first sound their horn to warn the horses of their arrival. No one may wear a bee in their hat. In Topeka, it is illegal to drive one's car through a parade. Many cities have laws to enforce citizens to keep their yards in decent shape. No one may sing the alphabet on the streets at night. Spitting on the sidewalk is express forbidden. Actually, this law does not seem dumb to us. It should help prevent spreading of disease. Now is our weather report with Hannah.
Our current weather data comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Dove Creek. The current temperature is 59 degrees. The high for today was 62 degrees. The low was 41 degrees. The barometer is at 29.88 inches and is falling. Humidity is at 42%. Wind is between 1 and 6 miles per hour from the northeast. Gusts have been up to 23 miles per hour. There were no hundredths of an inch of rain measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 2 inches and 800ths of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 6 inches and 98 hundredths. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. From the Washington's coast is getting rain. Yeah. From Dakotas and Minnesota into Texas, there is rain. South Texas into Alabama, there's a chance of thunderstorms. Maine is getting rain and snow, as New York and Vermont. South Florida is getting rain with a possibility of thunderstorms. Here's our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 59, low 35. Friday, sunny, high 60, low 38. Saturday, sunny, high 64, low 39. Sunday, sunny, high 64, low 40. Monday, partly sunny, high 62, low 43. Now for a climate change report. CO2, carbon dioxide, is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. The result is significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cool temperatures, but the general climate trend is that the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 406. 2 weeks ago, 405.58. Last year, 403.81. 10 years ago, 382.92. 50 years ago, 320.25. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz, the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our kids' new show on air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H Evening News Program. This is News Director Dan getting ready to do dishes, saying good night and thank you for watching.